Did you know that around 8 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans every year? That's like dumping a garbage truck full of plastic into the ocean every minute. Shocking, right? This waste not only harms marine life but also affects our health. In fact, scientists have found microplastics in everything from fish to drinking water. But here's the good news: you don't need to be perfect to make a difference. You can take simple steps that lead to real change. Sustainability isn't just for environmentalists or those with deep pockets. It's for everyone, and every little action counts. In this video, we'll explore how you can embrace a sustainable lifestyle without feeling overwhelmed. We'll discuss the power of community, how to spot greenwashing, and ways to reduce your digital footprint. You'll learn easy strategies that fit right into your daily life, showing you that every step, no matter how small, brings us closer to a healthier planet. So, let's dive in and discover how we can all make a positive impact together. Chapter 1: Imperfect Progress. The key to sustainable success. Most people believe they need to go all in to make a real change. But that's not true. Perfection is the enemy of progress, as Voltaire once said. Instead of trying to be perfect, focus on making steady improvements. For example, did you know that simply reducing your meat consumption by 1 meal a week can lower your carbon footprint by over 200 kilograms of CO2 per year? That's like driving a car 500 miles less. A study by the environmental group Friends of the Earth shows that 72% of people who take small actions stick with them longer. That's because small steps are easier to maintain. Start with reusable shopping bags, switch to LED lights, or cut down on fast fashion. These seem minor, but they add up over time. The idea is to create a lifestyle that feels natural, not forced. So, give yourself permission to be imperfect. Every step forward counts. Remember, sustainability isn't about doing everything right, it's about doing something. Chapter 2: Rebuild your living space. Nature-inspired solutions for your home. One of the most exciting and overlooked strategies for sustainable living is rewilding your home. This doesn't mean turning your living room into a jungle. It's about making space for nature in small, creative ways. You could plant native species in your garden or on your balcony. Native plants require less water and fertilizer, making them an easy and eco-friendly choice. An interesting fact? In the UK, a study found that pollinator-friendly gardens can support over 30 times more bees than typical lawns. Just by adding some wildflowers or even letting part of your lawn grow naturally, you're helping the planet. This isn't just good for wildlife, it also creates a calming, natural space for you. Consider setting up bird feeders, insect hotels, or even small water features to attract local wildlife. These elements create micro-habitats that are essential for urban biodiversity. And don't forget indoor spaces. Houseplants improve air quality and can even boost your mood. It's a win-win. Chapter 3: Greenwashing Traps. Spotting the difference between sustainable and fake eco. You've probably seen it. A brand claims to be eco-friendly, but something feels off. That's because greenwashing is everywhere. It's when companies market themselves as sustainable without making real efforts. In fact, a 2020 study by the European Commission found that 42% of green claims made by companies were exaggerated or false. So, how can you spot greenwashing? First, look for specific certifications like Fair Trade or B Corp status. These organizations have strict sustainability guidelines. Vague claims like all natural or eco-friendly without any backing usually mean it's greenwashing. Always check for transparency. If a company isn't willing to explain their process, that's a red flag. Another tip: watch out for over-packaging. Even if a product is labeled as green, tons of plastic wrapping or extra boxes are a bad sign. Lastly, be mindful of fast trends, like fashion brands launching sustainable collections. Real sustainability involves slow, thoughtful production, not fast, seasonal turnover. If you're finding these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on how to live sustainably without the pressure of perfection. Every bit of knowledge can help us all make a bigger difference. Chapter 4: The Power of Reconnection. Building sustainable communities. Living sustainably doesn't have to be a solo journey. In fact, it's often more effective and enjoyable when done with others. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much, said Helen Keller, and that couldn't be more true in sustainability. Creating or joining a sustainable community can amplify your efforts and make a bigger impact. One of the best ways to start is by joining or forming a local sharing economy. Whether it's tool sharing, community gardens, or ride sharing, these small initiatives can make a big difference. For example, the rise of community-supported agriculture, CSA, has allowed more people to buy fresh, local produce while supporting sustainable farming. According to a study by the USDA, CSAs reduce food waste by 20–30% compared to conventional grocery shopping. Another great strategy is swapping or donating items instead of buying new ones. Platforms like FreeCycle or Local Swap Meets allow you to exchange everything from clothes to furniture. Not only does this keep items out of landfills, but it also builds a sense of community. Neighborhood groups can also get involved in larger sustainability projects. Starting a composting system or a carpool network can reduce waste and emissions. Plus, working together makes sustainable living feel less like a chore and more like a collective goal. When people come together, their efforts multiply. Chapter 5: Digital Minimalism. Cutting carbon emissions from your screen time. We often forget that our digital lives also contribute to our carbon footprint. Streaming videos, cloud storage, and endless online browsing require energy, and a lot of it. According to a study from the Shift Project, online video streaming alone accounts for 1% of global carbon emissions, which is equivalent to the entire aviation industry. So, how can you minimize your digital footprint without disconnecting entirely? One simple way is by downloading videos or music for offline use instead of streaming them repeatedly. You can also declutter your cloud storage. Those old files, photos, and emails are stored on energy-consuming servers. By deleting what you no longer need, you reduce the demand for data storage. Another easy win? Limiting the use of autoplay and high-definition video when it's not necessary. A 2019 report found that reducing video resolution while streaming on mobile devices can cut data usage by up to 40%. Small adjustments like these help, especially when you consider how much time we all spend online. Lastly, be mindful of your device's energy usage. Set your devices to energy-saving modes, unplug chargers when not in use, and consider extending the life of your electronics. The production of smartphones and computers has a massive environmental impact. According to the United Nations, the world generates 53.6 million metric tons of electronic waste per year, much of which is avoidable if we just keep our devices a bit longer. Chapter 6: Rethinking Convenience. Sustainable swaps that save time and money. One of the biggest myths about sustainable living is that it's too expensive or time-consuming. But that's simply not true. Many sustainable swaps actually save you time and money in the long run. Take meal prepping, for example. By planning your meals ahead of time, you not only reduce food waste but also save money. The Natural Resources Defense Council reports that the average American household throws away $1,500 worth of food every year. Prepping meals in bulk cuts down on grocery bills and ensures that nothing goes to waste. Another swap is investing in reusable goods over disposable ones. Yes, a stainless steel water bottle or reusable shopping bag might cost more upfront. But over time, these items can save you hundreds of dollars. According to Zero Waste Week, the average person uses 150 single-use plastic bags per year. Switching to reusable options can drastically reduce that number and save you from constantly buying replacements. Then there's the convenience of energy-efficient appliances. While they may cost more initially, they lower your electricity bills in the long term. For instance, Energy Star certified appliances can reduce your energy consumption by 10–50% depending on the device. That's not just good for the planet, it's good for your wallet too. Sustainable living doesn't have to be a sacrifice. By making thoughtful swaps, you can reduce your footprint without losing out on convenience or comfort. It's all about finding solutions that work for you, and realizing that sometimes, being eco-friendly is the smarter choice in more ways than one. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, please take a moment to subscribe. Let's continue learning and growing together in our journey towards sustainability. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, helps us create a better future.